Hi and welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is a collective reading based on some dreams that I've been having and some messages that have been coming through the past few days. If you're new to my channel, please like, share and subscribe. If you're returning, welcome back. A bit about me first. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I receive messages prior to a reading. I will then come and use my tarot and oracle decks to further clarify the messages that I have been receiving. They're like little pieces of a puzzle. My aim is to give you clarification on things that you have already been picking up on yourself, or give you some insight into things that maybe you needed a little nudge to investigate further. All of the decks that I use on my channel are my own designs because I'm also an illustrator. So I'm combining my intuitive skills with my illustrative skills. And if you are called to any of those decks, the links to them can be found in the description box. All of my readings are timeless, so whenever you have stumbled across this reading, there is a message in it for you, whether it is the day that I post it or in 5 years' time. Everybody's on different timelines, and your guides will guide you to watch a reading, whether it's just an intuitive nudge to click or something within the title of the reading. It's because there's a message in it for you, which you need as part of the puzzle pieces that you are collecting for your journey on your own timeline. So, as I said, I pick up on messages prior to a reading. I've been hearing the word poetic justice for a couple of days now, and I didn't think much of it. But I was hearing it again last night while I was folding my washing. And I was folding my son's shirt, which was inside out, and I turned it out the right way, and it was the picture on the front of his shirt was Tupac. And obviously there's a connection between Poetic Justice and Tupac because that was a movie that he was in. Now this reading isn't on, and I'll go further into some of the dream messages which also have other people in them which you would know the names of. This reading is not a reading about these particular people. When I get messages, my guides give it to me in a format of things that I am aware of. So my son's shirt, I know who Tupac is. I know the story. So as I said, this is not a reading about those specific people. It is purely a metaphor so I can impart a message. So as I said, I was hearing the term poetic justice. Now, poetic justice in itself is where there is some sort of a divine retribution that occurs because of a wrongdoing. Justice is a balancing of the scales. The word poetic meaning that it happens in almost a poetic, as in I couldn't have written it better myself kind of way. You think, it's almost like the bow that's tied at the end of the justice. I was also hearing the word or the term, a debt is being paid. When I was shuffling the cards, I'm so frustrated, in between worlds, lack of respect, partnership, and Gabriel. Now, Gabriel is a divine messenger. Gabriel is also the moon. This is my Angel Oracle deck. Gabriel is also the moon. Gabriel reveals divine messages and has the power to cause vast destruction. He rules over all of the angels. It's also been called to look at the current transit of Pluto. Now, for the next 20 years, Pluto will be in Aquarius, which is a time of major revolution, major change. Pluto is transformative. But between May and September of this year, Pluto snuck back into Capricorn and is currently in retrograde from May the 2nd, till October the 11th. So I'm going to go into the dreams that I had, and then I'm going to piece this all together and pull some cards. So the first dream I had, I was in a car and I was driving down a windy road down into the Gold Coast. Now, I don't live in the Gold Coast. It's near where I live, but I don't live there. And you don't go in a car, well, you don't go down a windy road to get there. But I was in a car with, and I don't know what his name is, Puffy, P. Diddy, I don't know what his name is. Whatever it is, you know who I mean. I was in a car with him and I said, where are we going? And he said, we're going to a hotel at the Gold Coast. And I said, I don't want to go. But then the next part of the dream was I was in the foyer and there were all these people in a room. I was in the foyer and there were security guards at the door. And I said, I'm not going in. And they all went in. And then the security guards came out. And the security guard said he had earpieces in his ear. And he said, for some reason, I'm not picking up the messages that are meant to be going between security guard and security guard, you know, through their little earpieces. They talk to each other. He said, whatever we've been saying is being broadcast externally. So it was being picked up by people outside of the building. That was the first dream. That's where that dream ended. The second dream I had last night, and it was the scariest dream I've ever had. I was about to go to sleep. I turned all the lights off. And as I was sort of settling myself into my pillow, I heard this sound, and the room was pitch black. My eyes were closed, and I opened my eyes, and I was awake. I was literally awake. These two, I don't know what they were, these two things floated, two beings floated across the bottom of my bed and were hovering over me. And they had lamb's wool all over them. They were people. They had lamb's wool all over them. I had these brightly painted faces, all dressed up very nice, but they were sheep. They were lambs. And they were saying to me, it's okay, everything's fine, you can just go to sleep. And I had this funny feeling. And so I closed my eyes. And as part of my spiritual awakening, I have spent a lot of time working with Mother Mary energy. And so I have rosary beads that I wrap around my hand when I sleep. And I say prayers before I go to bed. Normally, Hail Mary is one of the prayers that I say. And as I was thinking, these people were saying to me, it's okay, just go to sleep. I opened my eyes, and they had changed into the most scariest devil looking, both of them, blazing red, shining eyes. It was frightening. And instinctively, I just started saying the Hail Mary, closed my eyes, said the Hail Mary, opened my eyes, and they were gone. I went back to sleep, and the next dream I had, I was in a big courtyard, and there were all these beautiful big tents. There was like some sort of function, some sort of luncheon that was on, beautiful spreads of food. It was very, very colourful, reds and golds and table upon table. It was this lavish spread. I remember turning to one of the staff and saying, wow, this is really beautiful. And he turned to me and he said, it'd want to be, you're paying for it. Now, I don't know what it was. I didn't know why I was there. It wasn't my function. That dream for me is something about, if I take it back to that poetic justice, there's a debt that hasn't been paid, that's about to be paid. The other thing I got was, if you are asking a question, it's because you already know the answer. A question in itself is formed from a desire to seek clarity in something you already are sensing. So if you can form a question to ask it, it's because you're already sensing it. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what sentence you wanted to make to ask the question. I was getting the song Not What I'm Made For by Billie Eilish, and I also got the song Proof by Coldplay. The other things in my meditation that I was picking up on last night were Mount St. Helens. Some sort of volcano is about to erupt. Something under the surface. I was picking up on Napoleon. I kept thinking back to the readings that I was doing on Napoleon. So in my Pluto and Aquarius playlist, I'd been studying some of the love stories that occurred during Pluto and Aquarius transits. So Pluto and Aquarius is a transit that happens every 248 years. It started again, the transit started again at the beginning of this year in January, and will be here until 2044. Aside from this little trip back, the retrograde in Capricorn that goes from May until October of this year. So I was getting, as I said, Mount St. Helens, which is a volcano in America. Now, that triggered me to think about Napoleon. Napoleon was exiled because he lost a battle. Napoleon was exiled to St. Helena Island. Now, there's a a connection between Mount St. Helens and St. Helena Island. St. Helena was Constantine's mother, as in Constantine the Great. Constantine the Great was an incredible strategist. Napoleon had been a huge admirer of Constantine. It was somebody that he followed as in terms of his battle plans. The energy I'm picking up on is somebody you've been in a partnership with where there's been a lack of respect. Potentially you've stood up to them because you've had some sort of divine revelation in terms of some sort of strategy that they have been playing, almost like a game of chess. The moon, Gabriel is the moon, which is what's hidden. Something's been revealed. If I go back to that dream where the security guards, what was meant to be being broadcast internally got broadcast externally. Perhaps that's what put you into exile. Perhaps the person that you're dealing with has been strategizing. Perhaps you've had to implement some strategies yourself. And I think of the Seven of Swords is the card of strategy. When I think about that dream I had with the devil, I've been afraid of the dark my whole life. So for me to open my eyes in that moment of fear last night in the middle of the night was confronting a fear. The devil lives in your fears. The devil doesn't want you to see in the dark. Now, as I said, I started to pray the Hail Mary. The Hail Mary in football terms is a long, unsuccessful pass made in a desperate attempt to score late in the game. There's something that you are moving away from because we've got in between worlds. Perhaps somebody is trying to keep you stuck, keep you in fear. And if I go back to that Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto retrograde in Capricorn is making us revisit themes around Capricorn: money, power, abuse of power, poetic justice, financial abuse. As I said, that dream that I had was an unpaid debt. Perhaps something is owed to you. Pluto retrograde in Capricorn makes us revisit the past. It brings attention to the darkness. It might get a bit noisy between May, so it might have been already a bit noisy between May and through until October. If you are in between worlds, if you are stepping away from a partnership, know that this person over the next few months is going to be noisy. They're not going to go down without a fight. If you go back to some of my readings that I did over the last couple of months, I was getting snake energy and energy about a snake can still bite you even after it's had its head cut off. There's a trigger, like a reflex in their jaw, that if they brush up against you, they can still bite even after they're dead. So even after a partnership is ended, there's still the possibility. Now, whether this has any reference to, as I said, those particular individuals that I had Tupac or, the other fella in my dream, maybe there will be some poetic justice there. But as I said, it's the energy that I'm picking up on. And my guides just give it to me in a way that makes it easy to explain. Almost a parallel scenario running through in the collective. So let's pull some cards. I'm actually going to pop these up here. Now, in the middle of this reading, I am baking today. Sunday is my baking day. Well, I bake every day, but I'm baking. So if you hear my bread oven beep, just ignore it. That's what it is. Making cinnamon rolls. Okay, so which deck do I want to use? I'm going to use this one. Let's go. Let's see what we've got. So basically what Spirit is saying, Knight of Swords, somebody's not going to go down without a fight. Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is Mars in Aquarius, and Mars is fiery. Mars is okay, sorry about that. My dog was barking. I just had to settle him down. So Knight of Swords, as I said, Mars in Aquarius. So you might have somebody coming at you fast. As I said, they're going down kicking and screaming. As the old order falls away, they go down kicking and screaming. But Knight of Swords is a truth that you have received. Pluto and Aquarius is the battle between Aquarius, which is the people, and the higher ups. Structures that try and control. If you think about the last Pluto and Aquarius transit, the French Revolution, it was a battle between the people and the monarchy. So the Knight of Swords is Mars in Aquarius. It is you standing in your truth because of a revelation that you have received that confirms a lack of respect within a partnership. That's got you moving away, but potentially, I'm so frustrated, you're getting a bit of pushback, and you will get it between now and October. Mars in Aquarius. Two of Swords, which is Moon in Libra. In between worlds, at a crossroad. Should I stay or should I go? Potentially, as I said, in the dark, the devil that I saw, in the dark. Maybe they're putting some fear into you to make you not move on, to keep you stuck in this partnership. A last ditch attempt, a Hail Mary attempt at keeping you where they want you. Two of Pentacles. Should I stay or should I go? In this karmic loop. Two of Pentacles is Jupiter in Capricorn. They want to keep you stuck. Because whilst you are stuck, they have the power. They don't want you to have the power. Yeah, Ten of Swords. This is the end. Ten of Swords is the Sun in Gemini. The Sun illuminates things, and Gemini is the choice. The Gemini card is the Lover's card, which used to be called the choice. You've got a choice to stay or to go. At a crossroads, do I stay? Do I go? In between worlds. Do I end this partnership? This lack of respect, 10 swords in your back. And the Four of Swords, which is Jupiter in Libra. So the Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is heartbreak after being stabbed in the back. The Four of Swords is almost a spiritual timeout, a place and a time where you can stop and heal. Maybe it's when you got this revelation. In the darkness, you stood up to that fear and you got this revelation. Four of Swords. As I said, that's Jupiter in Libra. Jupiter is expansion. Jupiter is divine messages and revelations. You've been given some information, and I'm here to say that it may be a little bit bumpy through until October, as there is this last ditch attempt by these structures to hold people in place. By these structures, the Three of Pentacles, trying to bind you, keep you stuck. At the moment, we've got the transit of Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter is expansion. Jupiter is luck. Jupiter is fortune. The fortune comes when you make the choice. You've got a choice. Not What I'm Made For by Billie Eilish. Maybe you recognize that where you currently are, and whether it's in a relationship, in a workplace, in a friendship group, is not for your best interests. You've had some sort of revelation. You've perhaps stayed there out of obligation, stayed there out of fear. But now you've got one foot out the door, in between worlds. The other song was Proof by Coldplay, which means that this message that you've received from Archangel Gabriel has given you some sort of proof that there is a lack of respect, that you need to remove yourself from whatever partnership this is. Now, as I said, Gabriel reveals divine messages and has the power to cause vast destruction, which to me suggests that if I go back to that initial phrase that I was getting, which was poetic justice. If somebody has done you wrong, Ten of Swords, there's a debt being collected. Archangel Gabriel has the power to cause vast destruction. The Emperor. That could be an emperor figure in your life. Somebody that is controlling. The Emperor is Aries, number 4. Or this could be you standing in your power. Take that as it resonates. Now, an emperor can be, is the word maniacal? You can have a balanced emperor, or you can have an unbalanced emperor. To me, that's somebody that you're dealing with. I wanted to flip out the moon. No, I'm going to put it back. The moon is Gabriel. Somebody that you may not have been aware of when you started this partnership, when you connected with this person. Part of the karmic lessons. Page of Swords. Part of the lessons that you had to learn in this lifetime. The Page of Swords is the Sun in Gemini. Ten of Swords, Page of Swords. The original drawing of this card is a young boy with quite, not immature, but the pages are not as mature. Perhaps somebody that you connected with at an earlier age in life. The pages have got, Page of Swords has his sword up on his shoulder, almost like he's on guard. Somebody that you've had to be on guard with once you realize that there was a lack of respect. I'm so frustrated. Page of Cups. Definitely somebody, might be somebody that you have children with. But somebody that you had, I guess what I'm sensing is that when this relationship was started, there was an innocence, perhaps a naivety. Page of Cups is the moon in Pisces. When I think of Pisces, I think of the moon card, which tried to come out. Now, the moon card is Pisces and Neptune. Neptune is the bottom of the ocean. I don't think you sensed, perhaps this person presented themselves as an angel, but actually turned out to be the devil. Now, as I said to you, in that movie, in that whatever it was, visit that I had last night, they were covered in lamb's wool. These people, their faces, their heads, their hair was all wool, like a wolf in sheep's clothing. So you didn't see it coming. Page of Cups. And innocence. Page of Pentacles. We've got 3 pages here. Page of Pentacles is the card of the student. This person in a position of power over you. If you look at that card, that is a father. And in this particular card, he is the same figure that I drew on the Devil card. A father and a young child. In that particular deck, he's investing time, money in her education, in things that she is learning and acquiring, but he has power over her. So it's not actually a partnership, because a partnership is equal between 2 people. It's almost a dictatorship. Page of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Cups is the ultimate love in the tarot. It's the most love. The Queen of Cups is also very, very intuitive. Gabriel, your psychic abilities might have kicked up during this Pluto and Aquarius transit. You might have intuitively been picking up, if you're getting these messages, intuitively picking up that something is out of balance, that there's a devil in the mix. What's that phrase? There's a fox in the chicken coop. Queen of Cups. Page of Pentacles is Mercury in Virgo. And the Queen of Cups is Neptune in Libra. Intuitively picking up, highly psychic Queen of Cups. Intuitively picking up stuff. And I think as you've started to remove yourself, that's where things have potentially got nasty. Page of Wands, you're being watched. Your every move is being watched. That's what's happening here by this Emperor energy. Like those security guards. But what happened was in that dream, the broadcast that was going between their ears was actually being broadcast out. Some sort of divine intervention is happening here to help you extract yourself from Three of Pentacles, this situation. Not what I'm made for. You know that you're not meant to be there. Chariot to extract you. The Chariot. So as I said, Jupiter in Gemini currently at the moment. Knowledge that Jupiter is expansion. You've been given knowledge that is allowing you to make a choice to walk away. Now, Jupiter started in Gemini in June of this year and will go through until June of next year. The Chariot is Cancer energy. So Jupiter will be in Cancer from June 2025 through to June 2026. Then it goes into Jupiter in Leo. But some sort of information that will get you onto this Chariot to move you out of there. And whether you've had that information or whether it's still to come to you, we've just had, last night was the full moon in Capricorn, which is clearly why I was visited. Temperance, visited by the angels. Temperance card is the angel. Temperance is also divine timing. Temperance is Sagittarius and Jupiter. Expansive knowledge given to you by the angel. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is Mercury in Virgo. About somebody. Ten of Pentacles is somebody that you are in a partnership with. Could be a work partnership. It could be a partnership with somebody within your family. It could be within a friendship group. Something that you've invested in. But it's coming to an end because tens are the end. The angels are watching over you. You're being guided. King of Cups. Now the King of Cups is Neptune in Pisces, which is moon energy. The King of Cups holds the full cup, but he doesn't necessarily give it. So maybe you are being a bit reserved in how much you give at the moment whilst you are 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Maybe doing the bare minimum so as not to rock the boat, but with the full intention that once you extricate yourself, you will then give that full cup to yourself. It's a bit like when you're selling a house and you know you're going to leave, so you don't embark on renovating the bathroom if it's not going to give you anything in return. It's that kind of energy. Almost just sit tight. It's got you frustrated, but there's method in it. There's strategy in it. Goodness me. Too many cards. Okay, that one wants to come out. That's the Emperor. That's you. That's them. This is you. You're taking back your power. Now, as I said to you, the Chariot, which was what was on the bottom before, the Emperor drives the Chariot. The Chariot, that Jupiter, your luck coming to you, potentially June next year. The Emperor drives the Chariot. Has to be a balanced Emperor, but the Emperor drives the Chariot. Drive yourself right out of there. And that's the truth. I think this reading is purely to let you know that there is going to be some bumpy, while Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn, there is going to be some pushback between now through until October. And you've just got to play the game. You've got to be the strategist. With Napoleon coming through, he was the ultimate strategist. Even if you feel like you're in exile, even if volcanoes are going off, you have to be the ultimate strategist. Play nice. 3 of Cups. So the Ace of Swords is Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And the 3 of Cups is Mercury in Cancer. Currently, actually, Mercury is in Cancer. Communication coming into you. Knight of Swords. Potentially about how to drive the chariot. Interesting. Maybe you've got the chariot already packed and you're ready to go. It's just not parked in your car park. Part of the strategy that you're playing. Okay, hidden, things that are done in the dark. The truth will set you free. Let's have a look. This is my divine messages. Let's see what your guides want to tell you. Spiritually rich and sound. They're very, very proud of you. Very, very proud of the fact that you've got yourself to the point where you can remove yourself from this partnership. My dog has just fallen asleep. He's just done this big sigh. Almost like your guides, a sigh of relief. Oh, thank God. But they just want to tell you, just hold off. Follow your soul's calling. That's what you're doing, Emperor. Driving the chariot. They're saying that you're doing the right thing by making the decisions that you've made. Patience and perseverance. They see how patient you have been, even though there's been frustration, even though there's been a lack of respect, even though you've been dealing with this Emperor energy. They're very proud of you. They've watched you elevate. They're very, very proud of you. Clearly decide what you want, which is what you've done. They've watched you elevate by clearly deciding what you want. And if you haven't made that final decision yet, know that you've got them working through these angels, giving you these messages. Get off the grid hermit mode. That is, keep your head down. Keep your head down until it's time to go. One more. Past life. You've done this before. You've done this before. If it doesn't serve you, cut it out. That is spiritually a time at the moment where you should be cleaning out your, and that's a card in this deck, you should be cleaning out your metaphorical closet, getting rid of anything that doesn't align with this new path that you are taking. Okay, let's have a look. Aside from Gabriel, which angels are walking with you? Number 61, Humabel, confidence. Giving you the confidence to set foot on this new path. 41, divine mission. You're meant to be going on this path. And I know that because Gabriel is there. Part of your mission in this life was to break free of this particular partnership that you're in. It's your soul's calling. It is where you elevate. It is what puts you in this Emperor energy. You might have Aries in your chart. Now, currently, the North and South node, the North node, which is your point of destiny, is in Aries, and the South node is in Libra. It is the battle between self, which is Aries, and others, which is Libra, which is your friendships, your partnerships, your relationships. Aries is self. And that balance between the two, and we did see that Two of Pentacles there, that balance between the two. And you've been in a relationship where somebody's been drawing on your energy and you've been unable to find that balance between self and others. It's been taken for you. And now this poetic justice is coming in. $51. The mysteries of life. I'm going to get 2 more. 27. Peace and justice. Poetic justice. And 58. Mentality. It will actually put you in a better mental state. Where you've been has not been good for your mental state. You can't live in imbalance. 47. Divine contemplation. That is angels sitting with you when you're sitting there in your silence, in your frustration, contemplating the mysteries of life. That's really beautiful. Okay, let me get a moon oracle card for you. Supermoon, where feelings go on a wild roller coaster. To me, that is this time between May and October, where you're going to feel pushback from a journey that you want to take that somebody doesn't want you on. Let's have a look at South Node and North Node. Okay, perfect. This is my Nodes of Destiny deck. So the North Node in Scorpio, under the cosmic influence of the North Node in Scorpio, it's time to Marie Kondo our lives. Bid farewell, that's what I said before, bid farewell to those outdated patterns, toxic ties, and emotional baggage. By decluttering our metaphorical closets, we pave the path for some serious glow up and transformation. That's what you should be doing now. Keeping a low profile. Not starting any battles. Almost minding your own business, but in the process of that, starting to declutter the things in your life. If it doesn't serve you, cut it out. South Node in the 4th house. South Node kicking back in the 4th house, breaking away from that cozy family nest might be tough, but it's time to spread those wings. Break free from relying on others and chase after your unique life mission. It's like your spiritual snuggly spot. What we got to let go of to blossom into our best selves. You're not meant to be in a partnership. You're meant to be solo. We had that Emperor card. You're meant to be solo. Aries, North Node, solo. Okay, now this is my love messages deck. Obviously, this is not a love reading, but I'm going to get 3 cards, messages from your higher self. Now, I'm just going to take what comes through. What does your higher self want to tell you? Just tell me the truth. They want you to follow your truth. Your higher self is telling you, follow your truth. If it doesn't serve you, cut it out. Path and purpose. This is the point where you are aligning with your North Node of Destiny. You're in Emperor energy and you've got a Chariot midway next year when Jupiter comes into Cancer to take you on out. I know there is important things we need to discuss. That's that divine contemplation. Going into hermit mode. We did have that before. Hermit mode somewhere. Get off the grid, hermit mode. You need to sit down and have a real good internal self-reflective talk with yourself. I know there is important things we need to discuss. I miss you. That's your higher self calling for that poetic justice for you. Calling for that time when you are an individual as opposed to part of this partnership. When you come back into true alignment with yourself. Okay, let's get you a song. November Rain, Guns N' Roses. And when your fears subside and shadows still remain, I know that you can love me when there's no one left to blame. So never mind the darkness, we still can find a way, because nothing lasts forever, even in the cold November rain. You've been in the rain, you've been in the dark. Even in the darkness, we can find a way. The devil lives in the darkness. The devil lives in the fear. You've been in the dark, and you've got this beautiful temperance angel and Angel Gabriel giving you revelation so that you can pull yourself out of the dark. Okay, finally, I'm going to get some Scrabble tiles, letters and numbers in here. I'll call both out. Could be your first, middle, last initial, or somebody in this partnership that you're dealing with. Let's just see what comes out. Take it as it resonates. Okay, so we've got a W and a 4, a G and a 2, an A and a 1, an N and a 1, a P and a 3, a T and a 2, a K and a 5, an S and a 1, a V and a 4, an I and a 1, a D and a 2, a B and a 3, an R and a 1, and a Z and a 10. So that is what I have for you. I hope that this reading was able to give you some clarification into things that you were already intuitively picking up on. As I said, be aware that between now and October, it will be bumpy. Pluto is in Capricorn, so we are revisiting those old structures which keep us bound, and they won't go down without a fight. I hope this reading was helpful. If it was, please give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. You're welcome to turn on the notification bell. I do post every day. If you are interested, as I said, in any of my tarot or oracle decks, the links to those can be found in the description box. Thank you again for joining me. I wish you all the best, and I will see you again in another reading.